Every movie, every series, and most of the videos you watch are a result of good writing. Whenever a person gets hit with an idea, he grabs his book, he grabs a pen, and then begins writing whatever he got into his mind. The fundamental first step to create something begins with writing, also known as script. Writing is more like laying the foundation of your content. Everything begins with proper writing, and rest of the stuff builds upon that. Writing introduces substance and meaning to your context. It makes things meaningful. Let's know the difference between a scripted content and a non-scripted content. Unscripted content have a sense of randomness in it. It goes with a flow, with no proper direction. Whereas a scripted content, these content are carefully tailored and are much more intentional, hence leading to a direction and providing substance and meaning to entire flow. In short, by writing stuff down, you begin to know where you are going. Writing offers you a bird's eye view to your content. With no writing, it's more like you are lost in a maze. Instead of getting lost, identify your path and know where you are going. Having a bird's eye view offers you the necessary clarity you need for your content. Having that sort of vision of your content will enable you to spot inconsistencies in your content, much like how you could see the obstacles on your path when you look from the top. You are in control of what's going to happen. You decide the words you speak and the direction you want to go. And when you know your direction, you begin to carve out your path. In a sense, writing gives you the clarity you need for your content. It defines the purpose of your content. There is no limit of what you can change and fix. There are no boundaries to what extent you could go. You can iterate as much as you can for a refined result. You could also go as far as constructing your own universe. Writing is the playground of your experiments. You can play with so many variables as you like, in any way as you like. You brainstorm, you draft out ideas, and at last choose the best pieces and put them together to make a masterpiece. And each time you attempt something, it turns out to be something very different. The more you write and experiment, the better you get. And that is a given. You begin to build up a sense of authoritarian ground, where you will have your individual opinions and views. Instead of thinking like a regular consumer, you will begin to think like a creator, a responsible person. You will feel a sense of responsibility towards what you say. And when you have substance and weight in what you say, you begin to feel a sense of confidence and groundedness when you speak, and it will be visible. It also enables you to view things constructively. You can look at conversations, observe them, and predict where certain words are coming from. I started publishing articles about a year ago, in 2021. Since then, I wrote a dozen of articles, long articles, and I kept on writing about topics that came into my mind. I had a fear that I might burn out one day, since I only had a handful of content. But as I progressed, I began to get even more ideas. My mind expanded, and that's when I realized I will always have something to speak of. My fear at that time was not real at all, and now I just do whatever comes to my mind. Although right now I have a handful of content planned out, despite that, I know by the time I reach my limit, I will certainly have more things to explore and talk about. My fear was so small in front of what I can do. But as I started, I did it with a deep sense of meaning and purpose within me. I kept my expectations low as they could be, so my motivation wouldn't primarily be dependent on numbers and people, but serving the sense of meaning within me. Till today, at the time of recording this video, only a handful of people read my articles, maybe. But I know that whatever I did, it has something for the person who reads it. Writing branches you out. As you write, you begin to explore more and more opportunities. More ideas come to you. My inspiration for making this video is fueled by writing. The thing about writing is that it has the lowest entry barrier. Now today, if you want to begin your writing journey, you can simply grab your notebook and your pen and simply start brainstorming whatever you've got into your mind and whatever you want to share with people. It doesn't have to make sense when you first brainstorm your idea. Just write down your thoughts. Write about what you would want to share with people. Write about topics that are close to your heart. Write about your personal experiences and stories that you want to share with people, and share whatever you have learned. By writing, you will be taking baby steps towards breaking your fears. Eventually, you will see your fears fading away. Your illusions will break down. You will be breaking so many small barriers that you've got into yourself. And as a result, you will gain confidence in what you express. Now here comes the question, where to start? You can start writing in the form of blogs, just like I did. You could go to blogger.com or WordPress and build your online home. After writing your article, share it with your family and friends. If you are gaining some good feedback, apply it. And if you are getting criticized, learn from it. You are starting new and small, so there is no one to call you out. And you don't have to feel so responsible. You don't need to stress over much. Have a look at thousands, if not millions, of creators around the globe who are consistent with their content, and they are not much different from you. Just like they always come up with an idea, you could also come up with ideas as well. Don't believe your limits. In the ocean of the internet, hop in and make an impact. But still, I have more illusions of mine to break. So go ahead and break yours. Where as a result of video you watch online are a series of series, and every writing whatever is going inside his mind. Create something is writing, and the first it's more like laying out. It adds intentional. You are lost in a first you begin to feel like front of why. Eventually you will be